Today we'll be studying major natural regions of the world. And what is a natural region? Natural region is a part of the Earth's surface which possesses within its boundary a comparatively high degree of uniformity of relief, climate, and vegetation, and thus to some extent a uniformity in human activities. In many cases, a natural region corresponds closely to a climatic region or a region determined by natural vegetation. British geographer A.J. Herbertson was the first to attempt a regional classification of the world into major natural regions in 1905. He introduced the concept of natural region, determining major natural regions of the world, and Herbertson's scheme of major natural region was primarily based on uniformity in natural vegetation. His scheme became an important tool in the teaching of geography in the schools of Britain and other countries of the British Commonwealth. It was suggested by another British geographer, J.F. Anstey, in the year 1916 that any scheme of natural regions should be based on a combination of both physical and cultural features. He suggested a hierarchy of regions with the view to the study of interaction of the various components of the microorganism of the earth and its inhabitants. Anstey adopted a synthetic approach in a scheme of regional classification, while Herbertson's scheme of major natural regions was analytical by nature. According to many geographers, the term geographical region may be used for that natural region which is common homogeneity of both physical features and cultural features. Now, the criteria of delimitation of natural regions. How do we delimit natural regions? Natural regions are demarcated on the basis of uniformity in physical features. Among physical elements, climate is most powerful and influential, which is essentially affected by latitudinal and topographical situation of the land. Vegetation is the product of climate and soil. According to general consensus, latitudinal and continental location, climate and natural vegetation are combined to be the major determinants of natural region. We can study them latitudinal and continental location. What is that? Latitudinal location plays a dominant role in the determination of climate and natural vegetation of the region. Ultimately, it influences not only climate and natural vegetation but also animal life, agriculture, and other occupations in human life. The location or situation of a place or a region in relation to the continent, ocean, sea, mountain, etc. is called natural situation. Now, next thing is climate. Climate is the most influential element of physical environment. The main elements of climate are temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity, and precipitation. On the large scale, the climate of any specific region is determined by latitude, distribution of land and sea, altitude, and topography, while on the small scale, many other local factors may influence local climate. Although temperature zones, rainfall regions, and pressure belts show their individual importance, but they interact with each other in many ways. Natural vegetation is the true index of climate. The vegetation belts generally flows the climatic zones. In the hot equatorial belt, the evergreen rainforest is a repellent environment in which man can gain ground only with difficulty and for a short time. So, climate is the most important factor of natural region delimiting the natural regions. Now, natural vegetation. Natural vegetation of regions is not affected by human activities and therefore corresponds to the prevailing conditions of climate and soil. Tree, grasses, bushes, and shrubs are major constituents of natural vegetation. The term plant is commonly used as a synonym of vegetation Plants play a very important and a dominant role in the biosphere because they are primary producers in the biosphere and provide directly or indirectly food to all terrestrial and aquatic organisms, including man. The geographical distribution of natural vegetation is determined by climate, soil, and relief features. Climate determines their global patterns, while soil and relief determine local vegetation types. So, climate and natural vegetation is the important basis for the demarcation of natural regions.